I think the last time we saw Johnny Manziel in person, we were in the New York City Man Cave, and he brought in the Heisman Trophy with him. Johnny Manziel joins us now. Johnny, how are you this morning?
I'm doing very well, buddy. Thanks for asking.
It seems like a long time ago when you came into the Man Cave with that Heisman Trophy. What do you remember about that whole weekend?
That weekend's a little bit of a blur. I feel like I did every radio show, every TV show, everything that was possible to do after the Heisman. But I do remember coming in. I do remember bringing the trophy. And to be honest, it has been a long time.
Where is that Heisman Trophy?
It's in East Texas.
What do you think when you see it?
I walk in and go back and visit my grandma sometimes at my grandma's house in Tyler, and I definitely puts a smile on my face. I definitely remember, just how fun that season was, how fun it was playing in the SEC that first year, how special of a run that was with guys that were so good and so fun to be around. And I'll never forget being in New York and her announcing it. The seconds after that, the look on my parents' face, the anticipation and build up before she called my name was unbelievable.
You make your debut in the Developmental Spring League coming up April 7th. The Spring League debut will broadcast on Turner Sports' new streaming service, Bleacher Report Live. More excited or more nervous for your debut?
Definitely more excited. It's obviously a 2-week, a week of training camp, play a game, 4 or 5 more days of practice in training camp and play another game. So it's quick, but at the same time, I have to have a step forward after being out of football for 2 years. So I have to get back around in the playbook, get around guys, throwing really moving routes with linemen in my face. Like, this is step one to getting back to where I need to be, even though it's not, it's not the exact equivalent of where I want to be. But I feel with the way everything's being run, with the coaches we have here, with the guys we have here, this is a step in the right direction for what young guys need. When a training camp gets cut down from 90 guys in OTAs to 45 or 54, where do the rest of those guys go?
Yeah.
Some go to the practice squad. Some go to Canada. But there's a lot of guys who have gone through the last 6 years of their life thinking that the NFL is going to be their job. And when it comes down to it, the reality of the situation is it's not. And, it's something I feel like, the NFL, pro football, developing guys, because a lot of the guys who are on the roster, especially quarterbacks, don't get a chance to really play during the season. Preseason is really only all you get. So I think this is a great idea. I'm not all that nervous. I'm sure I will be a little bit on Saturday, but it's a step in the right direction. Getting back, reading coverages, seeing defenses, and having fun, messing around, talking some crap on the field, and getting back to where it used to be.
How close were you to going to the CFL?
It was definitely close. I feel like earlier this year we got the okay to go to Canada. We started negotiating with them. They kind of slacked on the negotiations a little bit. We gave what we wanted. It didn't get met. We said we had other options. These were one of those other options, and it's no disrespect to them or that league. It's business. And at the end of the day, what we wanted didn't get, met. And we told them we had other options. This was another option. And it's, a step in the right direction as far as I can't play a CFL game until June, July, whenever they start. This gets me 2 games, training camp, everything in April.
So there's still a chance you could play in the Canadian Football League?
Oh, very much so.
How confident are you in your skills with 2 years off?
Just being back around right now, I don't notice any difference. Obviously, is there some rust to be shaken off? Is there some coverages and stuff that I threw a pick yesterday where this guy takes 2 steps down to like the hitch when you're rolling left on like a smash route and takes 2 steps down. When he takes those 2 steps down, my instincts are to hum it to the corner The guy just completely baited me, took 2 steps down, and then completely bailed and picked me off. And that's just part of what I need. I need some failure in practice as far as throwing some picks, making some mistakes. So whenever I get back to where I want to be, I've learned from that. But that's just part of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm really excited. I mean, this is all is well for me right now. I'm happy with where things are going in my personal life. I'm happy with where things are going football-wise, even though there's a little bit of a question mark behind it. But a lot better than where I was.
He's Johnny Manziel, the Spring League South quarterback. Do you got a nickname? This team got a nickname?
No, we're just the South. We're doing it Northeast, Southwest. One jersey color. We're the black squad. So it's been fun, man. The guys that I've had on my team, the other quarterback that's on my team, we've all meshed really well. We've all, had a lot of fun the last couple of days. I'm playing with a couple of guys that played at Arkansas, a couple that played at Baylor, one that played at Texas. So it's a lot of fun, and I really am enjoying it. It's fun getting up, going to meetings, having a similar day to what it is in the NFL. It's not the exact same, but for the setting that we're in, it's close.
If I gave you a mulligan during your rookie year, what would you have done differently?
I would have started. If you would have given me the mulligan would have had to come right after I got drafted. I see successful guys in the NFL and what they do in the offseason and the time that they put in that makes them good players. Yes, they're athletically gifted, but guys are good in the NFL because they know film, they study hard, and they work even harder in the offseason. So I didn't know that. And I feel like if Cleveland did any of their homework, they would have known that I was a guy that didn't come in every day and watch film. I was a guy that didn't really know the X's and O's of football. I played in a spread offense. We looked at bubbles. We looked at flats. We had progression reads across the field. It wasn't like it was a super intricate pro system. So when I get to Cleveland, I have a quarterback in the room with me that's not helping me, and it's not really his job too. But nobody was there helping me go over the X's and O's, and it was hard. I struggled, and then getting on the practice field, I lost a lot of confidence after my first couple days there. This was the first time in my life, at least since my freshman year of high school, that I wasn't playing really well. That I didn't come out the first day and throw the ball around and have a lot of completions and score touchdowns and everything. I struggled. And from there, that's when the depression started to come. That's when some things, mental health wise, started to really change what was going on in my life. But I would go back to after the draft and getting with someone or putting in extra time or whatever it was to make sure that I really genuinely understood everything that was going on. There was a lot of winging it and not a lot of, knowing exactly what I was doing because it was a hard transition for me. I didn't know everything. And the next year when I got with Josh McCown, that guy was like, listen, if you want to, you can come with me every day. You can get here when I get here. You can leave when I leave. If you want to be good, just follow what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time, and there's a reason that I'm still in the league this long down the road. And me and him got along great.
He's a good dude, man. He's
awesome.
He really is. He's unbelievable.
And he gave me a great blueprint, and that's something I still have to this day. He gave me a nice blueprint of what it takes to be a solid pro, and I'm very thankful for Josh and him doing all that he did for me in Cleveland.
But do you think you were winging it on the field and then winging it off the field?
A little bit of both. I feel like I turned and enjoyed everything that was going on because of what I had done football-wise, all the access, everything that I had gotten from football, and stopped focusing on football in itself. And I don't know if I was just tired or just overwhelmed with everything that was going on in my life. I'm not going to make an excuse for it. At the end of the day, it's completely my fault and how I treated my job as far as being a first-round pick and a guy that they wanted to come in and turn a franchise around. I didn't work hard enough to be that guy, and it's a regret I'm going to have to live with.
Yeah, I remember talking to somebody, and I don't want to say somebody close to you because, that's somebody who knew you, and they said, we just keep waiting for him to hit rock bottom. It's going to take that for him to realize because people were trying to tell you what was going on. We even had Ryan Leaf reach out to you because we thought he had hit rock bottom. He had gone to prison. He was stealing prescription drugs when he was an assistant coach, and we thought maybe he could help you. Do you remember the rock bottom day?
I do. It was late 2016. I thought everything that I did in early 2016 after I got cut, after I got dropped by my agent February of 2016, I signed with another agent. I was in talks with teams. I wasn't out of the mix by any means, even with the uncertainty that was going on in my life. And whenever people would call and whenever I would talk to some teams, it just didn't make me light up like it did in the past. Like I was just off it. And I didn't know if I wanted to continue doing that. And I questioned if that's what I wanted to do. And I remember getting into later in that year, all the things I thought I wanted to do and thought I would make me happy just left me empty and didn't. And I thought everything off the field would make me happy, and traveling and going to these places in LA and Miami and going out every night. I thought that's what really was going to bring joy and happiness to my life. And all it did was make me miserable, alone, depressed, and questioning my entire life, my entire existence. And it was hard. It was really hard. I don't think about it as much anymore, I guess, because I've been lucky enough to turn a little bit of a corner. I don't think about, how low it really got because it was scary. We saw things that my dad said.
Well, people thought you were going to kill yourself. People thought you were going to kill yourself somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way. That's what it looked like. It was one step after another towards destruction.
How's married life?
It's new. It's definitely new. It's good. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with her and everything that she has brought into my life. A sense of, happiness that I haven't felt in a while, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't be at the spring league. I wouldn't be in the shape that I'm in. I wouldn't be in the mental state that I'm in right now if it wasn't for her. And, I have to give her a lot of credit because credit is due there. And I got lucky. I didn't know or think that this would be my path at 25 years old. Obviously when I was in college and when I was in my first year of the league, like that really wasn't looking like being married in 3 years. But I'm very happy. I feel I got very lucky, and I'm very fortunate to have a girl that loves me and doesn't know a lot about what I've done in the past football-wise. She's not a huge sports person, and I think that's what makes our relationship so good.
Last time an NFL team contacted you?
I mean, I was at A&M Pro Day a couple weeks ago. There's still been guys around the league that have checked in on me over the course of the last couple weeks to a month. So, I've stayed in constant contact with some people since January. So it doesn't take, for me moving forward, it doesn't take 32 teams to try and like me and want to sign me. It just takes one that's willing to take, a little bit of a chance. I understand that it's a little bit of a risk. I understand that people think, there's a little bit of uncertainty with how my, behavior has fluctuated over the years. But, I'm sitting here, I'm 25 years old. I'm healthy in where I'm at, both physically and mentally. And I feel like if I get into a good situation, which is not what I was in the first time, if I get into a good situation with people who are willing to, handle me the right way, I can't do anything about how it is, like media-wise, when I come somewhere and it's a big deal and people are asking questions and doing it. I just can't do it. Like, I have no say over that. But as far as everything else, coming into the building, doing the right thing every day, being hard in practice, like practicing hard, doing everything you're supposed to do in the on the boardroom and things like that in meeting rooms, I can do that. I'm healthy mentally, physically, and I look forward to an opportunity wherever that may be.
How long you been sober?
It's been about 4 months. What month are we in now? Is this April, January, February, March? Yeah, about 4 months. I don't like to really sit and not a big day counter. You know, I'm not going to sit there and be able to, off the top of my head, tell you exactly how many days it is. Mm-hmm. I know the date. I take my approach, and it's a corny thing to do. But every day I wake up, you get through that day. You take it step by step. You just focus like right now. I wake up, I have this with you. Then I go to meetings, and then we go to practice. And then we come back, have a lunch with all the quarterbacks, go to more meetings, come back, go see my wife, go see my family that lives in Austin, and make it through that day. And then I've had 5-6 good days of practice right now. Just stack them together. I've had 5-6 good days in a row off the field. Stack them together and keep it going, because that's all I really can do. And if you take that daily approach, eventually you stack up enough good days to where you've seen some real progress.
And anybody who has had substance abuse will tell you that it's one day at a time, and nobody's here to judge you. You judge yourself, and your wife will judge you. But you know what? You've already had some wins along the way. If you've gotten to this point, you're 25, you're healthy, and you got a chance again. You're married, you seem happy, you're sober, so you've had some wins already. If I talk to you in 5 years, what's our conversation like?
So we get one conversation every 5 years?
Yeah, I think that. We can do it yearly, Johnny, but I'm just saying 5 years down the road. You're 30 years of age.
I hopefully at 30 years of age, I'm still playing football. But beyond all that, beyond football, I hope I'm with a family. I hope I have a family. I hope I'm sober. I hope I'm continuing to take the medication I have to for my mental health. I hope I'm progressing as a person and continuing to try and figure out what life is, because I don't have it figured out. I'm in a lot better place than I was. I don't know how long it'll take to exactly figure it out, if ever. But nevertheless, progressing as a person, I want to have a family. I want to move forward in my personal life. And, I want to continue to fight this battle. It doesn't matter for me, if, as anybody knows, with addiction, you can have years and years and years under your belt, and at one day, one time, let your guard down, and it can all unravel. That's a scary thing about it. And, making sure that's a priority daily and hourly is key, because without that, without the mental health pieces, without taking care of that, everything else goes out the window.
You sound
I'm
mature.
Not the same player when I'm doing that.
I think, you sound mature. We got to change it to John Manziel. Let's get rid of Johnny. Can we get rid of Johnny Manziel here and just call you John Manziel?
It's funny. One of our coaches in the spring league is definitely calling me John Manziel, and it's pretty funny. I think Joe Thomas might have suggested this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that guy. We just John Manziel just sounds like all business there.
I agree.
Hey, good luck. Have fun, and it's step by step, and there are wins every day for you. So hopefully you get a chance, and we look forward to that. There are a lot of people rooting for you, and you have to understand that.
No, I've definitely felt that. Sometimes I definitely get locked on to negativity or see negativity. But when it comes down to it, when I go through Twitter, I go through certain things, see certain things, hear certain things in the streets, people are way more positive than they are negative to me, especially, that narrative has changed a little bit as of late. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for all the people that have supported me and continue to support me from A&M through my downfall and now trying to take it step by step and the long road back. So, I appreciate you for having me. I enjoyed it, and have a good rest of your day.
Hug your wife, man. That's important as you move forward. And thanks for joining us, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
All right. Johnny Manziel.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.